Alright, welcome. So this is gonna be like just a little closing introduction. It's not gonna be a full course. I'm gonna be dropping a full course on high ticket closing soon. I've already done one on appointment setting. Link is in the description to watch that. Very good video, 1 hour long of me just yapping, giving you the whole source about appointment setting. So when you're an appointment setter, when you start doing a really good job, you start getting some good skills in sales, you're gonna get promoted to a closer. This is where after you go into the appointment setting, where they set the appointment on the from the Instagram DMs, they go into the actual video call, the sales call. This is where they talk to the prospect and actually get them to buy. Like this is where sales is like you have to be top of the top. Appointment setting, not so much. You're just scheduling a call. Here, you're the person, like you decide whether they spend thousands of dollars. Like you have to be good. You can't just be Joe Schmo. You can't be there like, okay, so if you would like to buy this, here's my Stripe invoice. No, you gotta be on your A game, all right. And here I'm just gonna be explaining the frame, how it works, the framework, everything. Just a little introduction basically to high ticket closing. So let's get into it. Frame. This is how you hold yourself, all right? A confident frame inspires confidence in others. If you see me acting like this, you're gonna match my energy, right? This is important. You have to match their energy. If there's some outspoken individual, you have to be an outspoken individual. If they're like, oh hey, how was your day, bro? Like if the prospect is really energetic, you can't be like, yeah, my day was it was good, yeah, bro. How was yours? Because you won't bounce off each other. It's not gonna work. What prospect want is confidence. This is what prospects want. They don't want you just yeah. But at the same time, if your prospect is some like if there's some low energy individual, then you have to be kind of toning it down. If you're just really energetic and they're really like really low, it's not gonna bounce off each other. Like same idea. All right. If you don't believe in a product, how can a prospect believe in a product? I've talked about this before. If you sound like you're not if there's no conviction in what you're saying, if there's no conviction in your words, then how is the prospect gonna be convinced to buy it? It doesn't make sense. You have to approach the prospect with the goal of helping, all right? Not filling your pockets. You have to be convicted that you're gonna help them. You have to be absolutely convinced that you help them. You're not there for the money because they can smell commission breath, all right? They can smell that. You have to have an abundance mindset. There are other deals to close, so loosen up. There's always going to be other deals to close. Don't come in there like, oh, if I don't close this deal, I'm not going to pay this month's rent, because they can feel that. All right. If they feel like you've got more deals, more clients to care about, if you got a plethora of prospects to deal with, they're naturally gonna want to like perform better for you because they want to be a good prospect for you because they know that you deal with this shit every day. If they know that you're like their first client or their first prospect, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, you might not be very good at what he's doing, so why should I buy his services? If you have options, like it says here, you want to be pushy and force people to work with you. So don't be desperate because you're gonna repulse. You're just gonna repulse the prospect. And don't say, I've never done this before. I hope this goes well. It might work. It might work out for you. You might get good results. Don't pretend to be an amateur. Fake it till you make it. All right. Say I'll do an amazing job. I look forward to working with you. Consider it done. I'll make it happen. That's it. Bang. Done. Send the invoice. All right. Cool. We do it good. We do it clean. This is prospects, leads, and clients. I'm gonna explain it. This is basic sales terminology. All right. The goal: turn them from a prospect to a lead to a client. The leads can be cold, warm, lukewarm, hot. I explained this in my appointment setting course, but I'm gonna explain it here as well. Cold lead, they don't know. They don't know you. They've never heard of you. They've never heard of your business. They've never heard of your service. They've never heard of your brand. Warm, they kind of know you. They kind of engage with your content. They kind of know who you are, but they're not really ready to buy. Lukewarm, they know you, but they're not interested in your service. So you have to make them interested in your service, but they do know you. Hot is they're ready to buy. That's it. Boom. They're DMing you. They want your service. They have a problem that they know that you can solve. Hot lead, best kind of lead to work with, but very rare. Depending on the product and the sales process, the leads have to be nurtured. So you can see if they're receptive and qualify them based on that. If a sale makes you $1,000 and it takes you 100 calls to get there, each sale makes you $10. This is very good when you're outbound calling, when you're cold calling. All right. Let's say you're selling something for $1,000 and it takes you 100 calls. Let's double it. Let's triple it. $3,000. You're selling something for that and you make 300 calls. That's a lot of calls, you know. That's a lot of calls to take. But if in that one person, if one person out of those 300 people, which is quite a high conversion, it's like a pretty average conversion rate. If one person buys that $3,000 product, you essentially made $10 per call. Every time you got rejected, $10. Rejection, $10. Rejection, $10. Rejection, $10. If you think about it like that, you're gonna be very motivated, essentially, because that is a very good way to look at it. Because a lot of people, they get demotivated when they do cold calls and cold emails and cold stuff. I know I said don't do that. I have a video on that to not do cold outreach, but I'm talking about old school sales. You know what I mean? It's good for motivation. Just imagine every time you get rejected, $20, bro, $50, $100. Every time you get rejected, bro, especially if you're selling a high ticket product, if it's like 100K brand deals or something like that, every time you get rejected, like $500, bro, per rejection, is a very good mindset to have. So adopt it. Next one. Scripts are good for openings. They're good for predictability, and there's no conscious thought. Use it to ease yourself into the conversation. Script out the most common objections, which is very good for objection handling, opening and close too. So don't script out everything, right? Scripts just script out the opening, script out the general framework, but don't script out every single line. You're gonna sound like a robot, and I will get into that in a second. Yes, correct. Qualifying is very important. Put it early in the process. Are you a match? Will the prospect buy your stuff? All right. You have to think about all these things when you're doing this. There's a lot of people that just pitch to anyone and everyone. Like, you have to have a target audience. You have to have a general person, like a good avatar for your business. If you know that you're selling fitness programs, you're not gonna target fit people, right? You're not gonna target muscular bodybuilders. You're gonna target fat people, skinny people, people that look like they're out of shape. You have to have a target audience. Don't just pitch to anyone. All right. That's not how business works. Handpick and select the niche of people that would most likely take your offer. Never, ever start by disagreeing with someone. Even on a sales call, don't disagree with anyone. Anything they say, anything that comes out of the prospect's mouth, do not disagree with it, right? Even during objections, say, I understand you completely. I hear what you're saying. I used to think the same thing. I used to be just like that. I used to think this was a scam as well. I used to think, just relate to them, agree with them. Don't be like, no, that's not right. Don't be combative, right? Don't just say it's bullshit. Always agree, because you come off as more lighthearted, more like, you just come across easier to speak to. You come across as more of a nice person, all right? We don't like these rude salespeople. No one likes rude salespeople. It's obnoxious. No one likes that shit, all right? Just drop it. Cut that shit out. For prospects, you want to be able to reach them, so look for prospects with easily accessible data. This is when you're doing lead gen. This is like sales stuff. I'm still talking about the sales terminology. Like, we're not actually in the high ticket closing stuff yet. But with the prospects lead gen, you can find them. You can buy email lists. You can just search on DMs. You can search on Instagram. There's lots of ways to do. You can pay people from India to build you like lead gen lists from Excel and spreadsheets. There's so many methods, but the least to most impactful, like when you reach out to someone, when you outreach, there's 4 different pillars, stages to it. The least impactful one is like DM, email, because no one reads them or people rarely open them. The next one's a phone call, because you can get a hold of them. Like, they have to pick up the phone, but it's not really as impactful because you still get rejected most of the time. Third one is enveloped mail, because this is red. This is like old school stuff, right? When you get a mail, you have to read it and you actually take it into consideration, because you're like, oh shit, this is important. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of, but you still could get rejected. They could just rip it up, throw it in a bin. The fourth one is a personal visit. Now, this one is very powerful and it's very rare as well, because you're not really gonna. There's only so many businesses that you could actually go out there and reach out to. Like, you're limited, right? You have a limited, confined space. Your town, your city, it's very limited. But it works very well because you're there face to face. They can see who you are as a person. They can see how you act, how you talk, how you speak, how you dress, how you move, your mannerisms, everything. They can see your intelligence. They can see your character, and it's very good for establishing good first impressions. So when you can do personal visits, do them when you're outreaching. Or like, if you're an agency and you want to target roofing businesses, like, go to your local roofing business and be like, hey, listen, can we talk about this? Here's my business card. I've done this for other clients and I can help you as well. Very, 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 very good way. But let's get into high ticket closing. Script reading. This is very important. I mentioned this earlier and I'm going to touch on it again. You have to practice in a manner that comes off natural and like a normal conversation, all right? No one likes talking to a robot. No one likes talking to AI. This is why AI can never replace salespeople because it just doesn't work. There's no human touch to AI for now. So what you can do is record yourself doing a script, and where it like can deviate from a normal human conversation, that's where you can work on that. Because right now I'm talking to you like I'll talk to my friends, all right? I'm talking casually, like, hey, bro, like we just sat down for a beer. I don't drink beer. I don't know why I said it. Coffee, right? I drink coffee. Let's do that. Like you sit down with a friend for a coffee. How would you talk to them? You wouldn't talk to like you. So, how was your day, good friend? Next line. So yeah, what did you do last week? You wouldn't talk like that, right? Stop reading off scripts. You sound robotic. You sound like a nerd, all right? Tonality is also very important. There's different tonalities. Sometimes you would speak you'll speak quite slow because you really want to exaggerate the point that you're making. And sometimes you want to speed it up because you're just talking, you want to sound intelligent because when you speak so much and you speak and you don't stutter, you don't say and you just sound really more intelligent because like you know what you're talking about and it's quite fast, but if they can understand you and you actually speak properly with clarity, then it can actually be very good and very effective sometimes. You could really bring it down. If you bring it down, you can command more attention, you can command more like they just listen to you more because your words hold more weight when you bring it down. You sound more serious, but use it carefully. You can slow down, speed it up again, speak louder, speak quieter. If you're too monotone, it's weird. Like I'm gonna read the next few lines monotone. All right. Switch up the cadence, tempo, volume. Pauses and inflection also play a huge role in delivery. Receiving feedback will refine delivery over time and make the sales script sound natural and engaging. That's not. It doesn't sound right. See how I went loud again, even on the phone. I went quiet. I'm going quiet now. Use the entire body and be animated. So it's just like you know what I mean. You have to play around with the tonality. Sometimes speak as if you're asking a question. Like you have to speak very curiously. Like how was your date? Like, would you be interested in the offer? Like, just have a different tonality. You can't just speak monotone because that's not really a salesy thing to do. So, like I said here, even on the phone, use the entire body and be animated so as to reflect that on the phone call. If you're on a phone call with someone, if you're doing closing from a phone call, which is actually a thing, you can close someone on the phone call and like move your hands around, walk around, stand up. Don't just sit down. So, would you be interested? Like, stop, bro. Use your hands. Like, obviously they can't see you that use your hands, but it still works because you kind of in a way you just speak better when you move your hands. You speak better when you move. All right. I don't know why. It's just how it is. You have to approach it like an actor. Recycle the same techniques and play a role. It's a numbers game. You have to be a smooth operator. All right. Talk naturally. Make it elegant. Close them. Make commissions. Make bread. You're a salesman. Come on, man. Let's get into this. What are you talking about, bro? When you're on the sales call with the prospect, you have to make them close themselves. This is called collaborative closing. All right, collaborative closing. This is where they close themselves. You don't go in there stating deliverables, stating, "Oh, this is what our service offers." You don't do that. You ask questions. All right, you make them close themselves. You have to make them realize they have to get to the outcome of, "Oh, I actually really need this." And how do you do that? Asking questions. You're literally there. It's like an interview. It's not even a sales call. Treat it like an interview. When you do high ticket closing, it's an interview. The prospect wants a solution, so do not talk. Do not be don't do what I'm doing right now. All right, don't just you have to sit there, listen, ask the right questions. They're gonna say the right things. You're gonna guide them to where you want them to go, and that's it. You close them. If you guide them, they're gonna close themselves. You say, "What was it like before? Where you at right now? Where do you want to be? How do you plan on getting there?" All right, everything is questions, questions, questions. It's very rare. Like the start is just introduction, icebreaker. Okay, ask the questions, info gathering, their problems, pain problems. All right, then you go into the pitch. That's where you can kind of offer your service, but not really, not really. I'll get into that in a minute. The question flow looks like this. What outcome are they looking for? All right, so they're gonna tell you, I want to make 10K a month. I want to make 20K a month. I want to retire my parents. I want to quit my 9 to 5. I want to make passive income. Things like that. Then you're gonna ask, how have they tried to overcome the issue in the past? They could say, I tried different business models. I tried running an agency. I tried doing stock trading. I tried selling lemonade. I tried OnlyFans management. Then you have to know what the time frame their solution is. So how fast do you want them to get there? How fast do you want to get there? Let's say 90 days. They'll say quick, like in the next 6 months. And then you ask them what are the consequences for failing to take action. So if you don't do this thing, if you don't achieve that goal, what's the consequence? Are you going to stay in your 9 to 5 and stay in a boring life? You're not going to be able to retire your parents. You're not going to make that much money to live a good life. You're not going to live the life that you want. You essentially make them say their own pain points. Instead of you telling them, your pain point is this. You need this because of this pain point. No, don't do that. You make them say their pain point themselves by asking the right questions. That's the art of high ticket closing. And then you say, what would it look like if you did not take action? What would your life be like? This is kind of tied into the previous one, but this is like the question flow, right? This is like info gathering, pain problem, just solution. Just paint their picture of a terrible life. If you can make them speak their terrible life into existence, you can sell them. That's it, because they're gonna be like, oh crap, I really do need this, and if I don't get it, then I will live a bad life. This is how it is. Extraction. This is a key phrase. Extraction of emotion gives you fuel for the close. Highlight this. Remember this phrase. Extraction of emotion gives you fuel for the close. That is so important. Extract emotion. This is an emotional call. It's not a sales call. Sales is emotion, all right? Remember that. This is very key. Emotion, emotion, emotion. If you can make them feel emotion, you're going to close them. Easy. Easy. The way you do that, ask a specific question, you get a specific answer. If you ask a very bad open-ended question, like about that response, if you ask other questions, summarize, restate, move on. You don't just ask a question that's very open-ended, you get a very bad answer, and then you don't know what to say. But like I said, if that is the case, ask a very related question, summarize it, summarize their current situation, restate their current situation, and then move on. If there's no emotion, there's no urgency, there's no need for them to buy it. All right? It's so much psychology to this. You can make them literally build out their dream lifestyle. Where do you see yourself in 2 years? You have to build on that dream lifestyle, help them imagine it, help them say it. If they can say it, they're gonna experience that emotion. Oh, I wanna be in Thailand, bro, and I wanna be on the islands, like, riding jet skis and just in a very cool villa with my friends. And yeah, I wanna be making 10K a month, and like we're just chilling, bro, on the beach all day. Yeah. Like they just talking, they're getting themselves excited when they say that. And when they get excited, they're more likely to buy it. If you don't ask them where do you see yourself in 2 years, and they say, oh well, I don't know. They don't say nothing. They don't know where they're gonna be in 2 years. If you make them say it, they'll feel like they can manifest it, and that's very powerful. And then you can say, where do you see yourself if you don't take action? This is very important as well. This plays on the last one, because now it's like, oh wait, but if I don't do that, I'm not gonna be in Thailand making money with my friends and riding jet skis all day. Getting pussy and all that. Like, bro, they're gonna say that themselves and be like, oh crap, okay, well really do need that service. Now that I said it myself. So basically, what you're extracting is, bro, this is so important, man. And remember this. Extract the motive, right? I touched this in the appointment setting course as well, a little bit. Extract the motive, what they're trying to achieve, why, the reason for wanting to achieve it, the problem, what's stopping them from achieving it, and the pain. What pain is caused by the problem of not achieving the goal. This is kind of similar to appointment setting. You're doing that as well in the DMs, but you're further, like, really digging it out in the closing. Like, you're not just saying like, oh, okay, cool, what's your motive, what's your problem, okay, cool, well, I can offer you this. No, you have to dig it out. You have to actually ask the questions. When they say the pain points, restate them, summarize it, be like, okay, so is that what you said, is that correct, like this, that's correct, yes. Restate it. The more you can restate the pain, the more they can drill it in their brain that they need your service. All right, and this brings me to the next point. When pitching, you tie each deliverable into their motive, the why, the problem, and the pain. The person only cares about how the service will improve their current situation. No one buys for the service, all right? If you go to a coffee shop, would you rather be marketed to as a customer, this coffee will make you not tired, it will make you, like, you won't need sleep, you feel fresh, you feel ready to go, you feel ready to work, you can work for 24/7, you don't need to rest ever again, you can work like a machine, all right? Or would you rather them market to you stuff like, we've got the best coffee beans, Arabica beans, we've got the best soya milk, we've got the best full fat cow's milk, we make the best froth, we make the best cappuccino. No one cares about that, bro. No one cares about your stupid beans. fuck your beans, bro. They care about the what's that's gonna bring them. I drink coffee to not be tired. I don't drink coffee because I like the taste of the beans. All right. So don't list deliverables. Deliver the outcome. List the outcome. Don't list the deliverables like your service, your service crap. No one cares about that. They buy from emotion. They buy for the outcome. No customer buys for the deliverables. Like, yeah, okay, your company has this. They have a community. They have this. They have a Discord server. No one gives a fuck, bro. They just care about the outcome. Okay. They only care about how the service will improve their current situation. If you're selling a business coaching offer and they offer weekly coaching calls, you can ask the prospect if there was a way to get a more hands-on method of support, like having a Facebook ad expert review your ad sets on a weekly Zoom call, so you can feel more confident that you're progressing on the right track. Would that be something you're looking for? All right. This is a very smart question, because you're not just saying we offer coaching calls. No, you say we offer this to help you do this, to give you the outcome, to help you progress on the right track. You don't just say we have weekly Zoom calls. You see the difference? It's a very good technique. And then you follow up on a question. Why do you feel like that would benefit you? Why do you think that's something that you need? Because they're gonna say out loud, I need this because. If they say, well, I don't need it, well, they won't say that, because you're asking them, why would it benefit you? You're not saying, is that gonna benefit you? You're saying, why do you think it would benefit you? It's very specific on the way you word the question. The pitch is very important. The pitch. You have to have strong trust and rapport with the client. If they don't trust you, they're not going to buy. But if they're on the sales call, they've been through the appointment setting process, they most likely trust you, especially if you warm them up with like a free training, a free course. If they have something to like learn more about the business model, learn more about your brand, your company, they're most likely going to trust you, especially if you asked all these questions before. Like, if you answer the right questions, if you ask the right questions, and they've said their pain points, they're most likely going to trust you, and they will probably be ready to buy, depending on their financial situation. You can change words like contract to agreement, because contract is very like, oh, contract, I have to sign something, I have to go through all this bullshit. Just saying agreement, because yeah, it's like we agree on it. But contracts aren't really important. They're just vanity. Like, if I don't get the thing of contracts. Like, people want to enforce contracts, but it takes so long. Like, you just get into this court battle. They won't pay you. They won't pay you nothing, and it's just this whole bullshit, this shit show of crap that no one wants to deal with. Just forget contracts. But if you do have a contract to offer, just call it an agreement. It's just easier on the brain to handle that. Like, yeah, it's an agreement. Okay, cool. I'll sign the agreement. I agree with this. But if you say contract, it's a contract. It's a scary word to clients. You can change price to investment. That's a very good one. You have to spin it. I mean, you're not spinning it because it actually is an investment, but you have to change the price, because a price is something that you buy and then you just have it. Like, you buy a service and you have it. You buy the price of this TV is £2,000. Like, yeah, I buy this TV, but it's not gonna bring me anything, right? I'm just gonna get poor by buying this TV. But if you say it's an investment, it means you're gonna get your money back. So change price to investment. Don't say the price is $6,000. You say the total investment. The total investment will be $6,000 US. And then here's the key point: you stay silent afterwards, because a lot of people, they like to talk, chat. They say the total investment is $6,000, but if you don't have this, if you don't have access to this kind of capital, you can always just we can do monthly payments, or you can just pay it like 2,000 each month, or like 1,000 each month. Just shut, bro. Be quiet, man, bro. Like, stop. I've seen this so many times. So many times in high ticket closing, they just talk and talk and talk. Just shut up. Like, you're just saying too much. All right, just stay silent. The total investment is $6,000 US. And then they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I can afford that," or "Yeah, no problem, man," or "Do you do monthly payments?" Or like, they'll just say what their situation is. You don't just go there giving them options, because they're gonna get paralysis from analysis. That's the thing. I have so many options, bro. Do I choose the monthly? Do I choose now? Do I have the money? Do I have to borrow money? Do I have to take out some credit? Paralysis from analysis. Just say the investment will be $6,000 US. Stay silent. Wait for an answer, then sort it out. It's not rocket science, but I'm just telling you, be silent, bro. Objection handling. This is very important. Master this. Objection handling. If you have to practice, do role plays with people, really do that because it's going to help you so much, especially with objection handling. Ask open-ended questions. If there was a price objection, say, if we were able to support you with the financing side of the payment, would there be any other issues you'd want to see resolved before we move forward? And they say no, because obviously there's no financing side of the payment, so they're good. So basically, you're saying like you're isolating the objection. Let's say they have a decision maker that you know their parents or their business partners wanted to buy it because they think it's a bad investment. You say, if that aside, like that business partner aside, like if I'm asking you, do you think that would be a good investment for your company? And they say, yeah, yeah, sure. Like isolating it is a very good way to make them realize, oh shit, this is a very good offer. If you just isolate it, just take it out of the equation. Be like, if money wasn't an issue, if this was completely free and I was just giving it to you, do you think that would be a good investment? Or do you think that would be a good service? Do you think that would be a good offer for you? Do you think that would benefit you? And they say, yeah, 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 of course, man, yeah. And it's a very good way to do it. Just isolate it. Otherwise, you're fighting fire with fire. Like, no, this is worth the price. Fucking start slamming the table. No, don't do that, bro. Cut the bullshit. Just say if that was out of the equation, would you do it? Yeah, okay, cool. Move on. Easy. Preventing objections is better than having to handle them. All right. So here's some things that you don't have to do. Don't stress. All right. Be cool. Be chill. Look at me now. I'm chill. You think I care that I'm in front of the camera speaking to you guys about some shit that you're trying to learn? I'm trying to teach you stuff. All right. You think I'm stressed about that? Oh, they might think. What they might think of me? Like, what if I stutter? What if I don't? Like, you see, when you stress, you overthink. All right. So just don't stress. Relax. Have a coffee. Get the heart beating. All right. Do 50 push-ups before you jump on the sales call. All right. Get some dopamine. Cold shower. Dopamine. All right. Don't just wake up, no coffee, no exercise. You're half awake, and you're jumping on the sales call. You're not gonna fucking get the sale, bro. Just like approach it. The 6 P's. Perfect planning prevents piss poor performance. 6 P's. Remember those. Don't be confrontational, right? Like I said, be understanding, acknowledge what they say. Be understanding, just be relatable. Be like, yeah, man, I get you, like, blah, blah, blah. Just be friendly, like you're just sitting down for a coffee. All right? Simple as. And don't start waffling. Always stick to the framework. I said don't stick to a script because you sound robotic, but don't do the opposite and just start waffling about random crap, like speaking about the weather for 20 minutes. Bro, just stop. Stick to the framework. Answer the right questions. Pitch them. Boom. Boom. That's it. And what you do have to be is understanding, slow, and empathetic. All right, don't be too quick. Don't be too salesy, like I am right now. I can be a bit quick sometimes, like, because I'm not trying to bore you, right? I'm not trying to be like, yeah, bro. I'm not like that. I'm energetic, right? So be slow. Like, don't match their energy. Don't be too quick. Don't be too much. Otherwise, you intimidate them. But at the same time, be slow. Be cool. Be chill. Be reserved. Be just a nice person, like a nice, casual, chill person. I think you know what that means, right? It's not rocket science to understand how to be like that. And also be empathetic. If you know they have a financial like problem or like a problem in general, like that's the reason why they're on a sales call, because they have a problem in the first place. They wouldn't be on a sales call if they didn't have a problem. So you have to be empathetic. Yeah, man, I get you. Like, it's really hard to get clients these days. It's really hard to make money. We can help you with that side of things. Like, just be empathetic. Don't be like, oh yeah, no wonder you have no clients, bro. I want to help you. Like, come on, bro. Just don't say that. Be cool, friendly, and cool, right? Cool, friendly, and cool. That makes no sense. But if a prospect says price is an issue, you can just say, how would you address your financial situation so that you can afford the product? All right, make them actually work for it, because no one is broke. All right, no one is broke. I'm gonna write that here, bro, in big, fat, literally like big fat. No, bro, no one is broke. No one is broke. People buy things, right? People finance cars. People pay rent. People spend so much shit on food. People go out on Friday nights, Saturday nights with their friends. No one is broke. They just don't want your service enough. If they say I don't have the money for this, what they're really saying is your service is not my priority. You have to make them want it more than they want food. All right? Your offer has to be so good that they want it more than they want food. If you can make them like actually want it more than they want water, air, food, everything, that's how you're gonna get the sale. Because no one is truly broke. No one has financial problems unless they're like some 13-year-old from India or like this the average teenager. Like they don't have money, right? So, but I'm talking about an 18 to 30-year-old adult. No one is broke. Everyone buys things. All right, everyone buys things. If they say I can't afford this, they just saying that I don't want your service because I don't see it as a priority. You have to make them need it. If they really need it, you can say like, okay, I understand you don't have money, but with this, I hope you make more money. So it's like bro, it's you're basically like psychologically attacking them, saying that they need your service because they do. You will help them make money unless you're a very bad business owner, but they will make money from you. So if their problem is money, then that's more reason for them to work with you. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Let's get into looping. I just want to think about it. All right, then you loop, and I'll show you how. I completely understand, brother. Let me ask you though: do you believe that with our service, you'll actually be able to achieve X? And they say, yeah, man, I do. And do you believe that you're actually going to put the work in? Do you believe in yourself? And they say, yes, of course. Okay, so you believe in yourself, you believe that what we offer is going to help you achieve X. So with that being said, are you ready to get started? You loop back to the pitch. Are you ready to get started? And they say, it's just that I'm scared to spend this much money. And here you go, you attack it. You're like, okay, so you're scared to spend that much money. You have enough, but you're just fearful to invest that money. Well, let me ask you, have you accumulated that money so that it can just sit there and you can continue going down the same path, or have you accumulated that money so you can actually change your life and get to where you want to be? And this will make them think. This will make him think like, oh, wait, do I really want to just let it sit in my bank account? Like some geek saving money. Oh, saving money. Oh. It's an investment, bro. It's going to make more money. Just be like, bro, like your life is going to change if you spend money with my service. You're not even spending money. You're parking your money with my company, and then you're just doubling it. You're tripling it, multiplying it. That's what you're doing with your money. You're not spending it. You're gonna get it back. Return on investment. If he doesn't understand that by the time you pitch them, you didn't ask the right questions. You didn't carry out the sales call properly. So then you keep looping. He says, I want to think about it, and you just keep looping around, all right? You keep getting back to the pitch. This is a very good way to make them realize that. And if by the end they still say no, don't give up. Keep handling objections. So with that being said, I hope you got some insight, some general like information about remote closing. Like I said, this is like the intro. This is a very, very vast topic that I will be covering completely for free. This is shit like you get in like courses for like $9.97, and I'm giving it for free on YouTube. Alright, just me, my fat face on Loom talking on Google Docs. That's it, that's all you need. Just take notes, take in the information, apply it, learn it, and then yeah, you're good to go. So like I said, if you want to watch the appointment setting course that I did a few days ago, link is in the description. Watch it, it's very good. It's very good. You won't regret watching it. Like, you're going to learn something. I guarantee every single one of you is going to learn something from that course and from this one, if you haven't already. So yeah, that's it. Take care. Have the good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good rest of your evening. And yeah. Oos.